everyone, I'm Kate.
And I'm Isaac, and welcome back to The Wave.
Before we get started this week, let's show you this week's artist.
My name is Leah Blue, and I'm from Mount Juliet, Tennessee. I would consider my music to be folk music. I grew up in a very musical household. I also went outside a lot as a kid. Started to discover how much I just really loved nature and how much it influenced me, and being around music my whole life kind of shaped me as the person I am today, so I think that comes through a lot in my musical style. I was very musical as a child. I got my first guitar when I was 8, and it just kind of took off from there. When I was 13, I really learned how to play the acoustic guitar a little bit better, and that kind of really cemented how I wanted to do things. I really write music surrounding what's going on in my life. I write it about people that I know and about situations that has happened to me. I sit down, construct the whole melody, and just kind of spew random words till some of it makes sense. My favorite concert that I've performed was at the City Winery in Nashville. I opened for my dad, who's a musician.
Hey, I know what we could do.
Huh.
Let's both play Blackbird together.
And I went out there, and afterwards my dad was crying, and he told me that he was proud of me and that he loves that I'm following in his footsteps, and that moment will probably be my favorite moment even if I play Nissan Stadium. I'd say my goal is to be successful in music in any capacity. I'm not doing it to be rich. I'm not doing it to be famous. I really don't even want to be famous, but I want to be able to be successful doing what I absolutely love. My social media is @Leah Blue Music on all platforms.
I can't wait to sit down with Leah later.
I know, and I cannot wait to see her perform, but before that, let's get you caught up on music news. Rihanna is headed to the Super Bowl. Bad Gal Riri posted a photo of her holding up an NFL football on Instagram without a caption. The NFL took to Twitter shortly after the post, confirming that she will be headlining the 2023 Super Bowl halftime show. Some are confused why Rihanna was chosen despite not releasing new music since 2016, but NFL head of music Seth Dudowski had the perfect response, stating Rihanna is a once-in-a-generation artist who has been a cultural force throughout her entire career. No matter what she decides to perform, fans are in for quite the show.
The Global Citizen Festival 10th anniversary generated $2.4 billion in revenue. The festival is known for replacing traditional ticket sales with volunteer hours and donation pledges. Yet this is a non-traditional method of audience building. It has shattered previous numbers. This year's lineup featured acts like Metallica, Usher, and Mariah Carey.
Paramore has made their comeback following a 4-year hiatus. Their new single, This Is Why, offers fans a glimpse of what's to come on the new album. Lead singer Hayley Williams took to the Paramore channel on Discord after releasing the track, thanking fans for their unwavering support despite the absence in recent years. She stated that the entire band was grateful for their time out of the spotlight and are ready to pick up right where they left off back in 2017. Williams goes on to say that the band is about to experience their happiest, most fulfilling moments as Paramore. The full album, This Is Why, is set to release in February 2023.
K-pop fans, if you haven't heard, Blackpink's Born Pink charts #1 on Billboard's Top 200 Albums chart. This is the first time the group has made the list, but also the first group to chart with all female members in over a decade. This is also Blackpink's second album and the 7th largest album sale of 2022. The top song on the album, Pink Venom, has also spent the last 2 weeks at the top of the Billboard charts. Fans can stream the album on any music streaming platforms. And that's it for this week's music news.
We'll be right back with Leah after the break.
And as promised, we're back here with Leah.
Yes, so we're so excited to sit down and talk to you about your music. But starting out, what is it like juggling your schoolwork with being an artist and all of that?
It is hard. There's a lot of times where I kind of have to make a choice between, getting my schoolwork done and really really doing a good job on school or really doing a good job on my music or going out and playing a gig. And pretty much every single time I'm going to choose the latter.
Completely understandable. I mean, you're working on building your career, so.
Yeah. And I think the professors understand that.
Yeah.
You know?
So what is like one word you'd use to describe your music?
I would probably say outdoorsy. I take a lot of inspiration from just being outside. That's kind of where I find the inspiration for all of my lyrics and songs. Pretty much, you won't really go through many of my songs without hearing something about some type of mountain or creek or something.
I think that's, oh, go ahead, I'm so sorry.
You go.
I was gonna say, I think that's beautiful because it's like, there's so much like beauty in Tennessee landscapes especially. So that's gorgeous. So whenever you're writing, if you hit like a writer's block and you're struggling with like coming up with stuff, what do you typically do to find that, beat that?
I really like to listen to my favorite artists. I find a lot of inspiration from others, and I find that it helps to kind of get out of your own head and listen to what the experts have to say. I like to say, you know, like really just being able to hear the creative output that other people have used and how they've really navigated that has always really helped me.
Yeah.
So if you were able to open up for an artist, who would it be?
I know she's the queen of Tennessee, and I got to do it. Dolly Parton.
Oh,
I love
yeah.
her. I think she's incredible, and that would be a huge dream.
That would be incredible. So if you had to pick an artist to like just do a collaboration with, who would you pick?
That's interesting. I would probably, I would say Tyler Childers.
Oh,
I love
okay.
what he's doing right now. I love that he's bringing that style of country back. And I know that that's not necessarily like what I'm doing right now, but I definitely would love to make a song similar to his.
Very cool, very cool.
All right, so we have a little game for you. So it's called This or That. And
Okay.
basically you're just gonna decide between two topics that we give you and just decide on which one.
Okay.
Yeah. So just to get started, do you prefer writing or performing?
Performing.
Okay.
Okay. Do you like Def Leppard or AC/DC more?
Def Leppard for sure.
Oh, okay. So I heard your dad inspired that music a little bit. Is that true?
I think he inspired probably a lot that's out there. He's incredibly talented, something I'll never be able to fathom. But I do think that that is one that has said it publicly, and that's really cool to me because it is one of my favorite bands of all
wow.
time.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
Very cool. So do you prefer summer or winter?
Summer.
Okay.
Don't like the cold.
I understand.
Me too. Introverted or extroverted?
Extroverted for sure.
Okay.
Definitely. So hiking or camping?
That one's really hard because when I go camping, I like to hike. But
Understandable.
I'm gonna say camping.
Okay.
Okay. And do you prefer fast or slow songs more?
Slow.
Very nice.
Okay.
I can hear that in your
Yeah.
music. TikTok or Instagram?
TikTok.
Okay. Very nice. Well, that is all the little this or that's, but we have a few more questions, if that's okay.
Were there any obstacles or adversities that you came in contact with as a music artist that you weren't expecting?
Yeah, I think the choice to become an artist is one in of itself just extremely difficult to make. I came to MTSU as a completely different major, kind of scared to really go for it, and then I just kind of realized like that is not the way to live life. And so even though I was scared, I decided that even if it went terribly, like I have so much time, I have the rest of my life to be boring, you know?
Oh yeah.
So
I
that's
love
what I
that.
did.
That needs to be like a quote. Just, I have the rest of my life to be
I
boring.
have the rest of my life to be boring.
That's so cute. I really love just like the story with like you and your dad and that whole connection. Do you have anyone else in your family that's like played into your music?
Absolutely. My sister, Ava, she is an incredible classical pianist. She's been
wow.
doing it since I could breathe, practically, and she taught me a lot of music theory because I am completely self-taught. I like to do things by myself. I don't really like to have a teacher other than like my family.
Yeah.
So I really rely on her for like a lot of like the technical stuff that I needed to learn.
Very
That's
cool.
super cool.
It just runs in the family.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then what's something helpful you've learned that kind of helps you write music?
Wow. Something helpful I've learned is to trust yourself. I think everybody has their own personal style, and even if it's not something that a lot of people would like, you have to trust what you like and what you think would be best. You know, I've had a lot of people with a lot of opinions on what I should be doing, do this differently, but ultimately you have to trust yourself to make those decisions or you won't be happy with the product.
Wow, yeah.
That's
really good.
I was about to say, that's some solid advice to end on.
Thank you, thank you.
Before we go, can you just let everyone know where they can follow you on social media after the show?
Absolutely. You can follow me on @Leah Belew Music on any platform that I'm on, and then for any streaming platform, it's just going to be Leah Belew.
Awesome. Well, we will be right back with Leah's performance. That's it for this week's episode of The Wave.
And here to close out this week's episode, Leah Belew.
Lavender skies, sparkling wine, painful memories of late summer nights, botanical eyes, impractical ties, being deceitful won't win you a prize. You silent cries, friendly lies, I see right through your rosy disguise. Paper thin line between wrong and right. You say that you love me with different implied. You meet me in the garden, the leaves turn auburn as you walk in. The temperature is rising, the overgrown ivy is creeping in. I see your true self